Welcome to the He's Got Issues Marvel Comics edition number 25. I'm John Cooney here to preview new Marvel Comics being released August 14th, 2013, beginning alphabetically with Astonishing X-Men number 65. As the world shivers beneath a heavy blanket of snow, it's time for the final showdown, Iceman vs. Iceman. When all is said and done, who is Bobby Drake? What kind of man will he be, and how can he reconcile the things that he's done? Next, we've got Avengers Arena number 13. Hank Pym searches for the kidnapped Avengers Academy students by the special guest creative team of Avengers Academy's Christus Gage and Carl Mullen. Next, we've got Deadpool number 14. Deadpool re-teams up with Iron Fist and Luke Cage 40 years after last issue. The threat to the trio for hire faced in the 70s resurfaces, wanting vengeance. We've also got Fantastic Four number 11, the Fantastic Four trapped in a doomed universe. Space-Time has had quite enough of the first family of the Marvel U running rampant across her. Things are about to get cosmically punitive. Could someone or something be behind the illness that's befallen the first family? Next, we've got Fearless Defenders number 8, new costume, new arc, new status quo I still won't tell you about. Misty kicked ass in Valkyrie's world, now it's time to see how Valkyrie fares in Misty's. Guest starring Elsa Bloodstone. We've also got Infinity number 1, the oversized kickoff to the year's most anticipated blockbuster summer event, changing the way you view the Marvel Universe. The outbreak of war on two fronts, Earth and space, with our heroes torn between them. The world-shattering return of Thanos includes material from Free Comic Book Day Infinity. We've also got Marvel Universe Ultimate Spider-Man number 17, Thor God of Thunder. When Peter Parker discovers that Thor has been transformed into a frog, he must travel to Asgard to save the Nine Realms from Loki's wrath, based on Season 1 of the hit Disney XD TV show. Next, we've got Scarlet Spider number 20, Sibling Rivalry Part 2. Scarlet Spider has come to New York City to check on his quote-unquote brother, Spider-Man, but the reunion has been interrupted by an army of mutant spider clones. Can Spider-Man and Kane put aside their differences to deal with the Jackal? We've also got Secret Avengers number 7, Iliad Part 2, the truth about the events on AIM Island come to light. Next, we've got Superior Spider-Man Team-Up number 2, Sibling Rivalry begins here because you demanded it, Parker vs. Parker, the Superior Spider-Man vs. Scarlet Spider. Kane has come to New York to check on Peter's superior behavior, not realizing Doc Ock has taken over Peter's life. But Ock sure knows who Kane is, Kane, the man who once killed Dr. Octopus, and now it's payback time. Next, we've got Thor God of Thunder number 11, the grand finale of the epic time-traveling saga of the God Butcher that began in issue number 1. After the dust clears, what gods will be left? Next, we've got Ultimate Comics X-Men number 30, World War X continues, sneak attack on Utopia, global war, mutant versus mutant, Jean Grey to the world, stay out of it. We've also got Uncanny X-Force number 10, the skies of Madripoor run red as Uncanny X-Force face off against Phantom X, and Phantom X. We know what Psylocke did last summer, and it's a doozy. Find out in this edition of Uncanny X-Force True Hollywood Story. Storm has no tolerance for your drama. She's a mutant, a goddess, and a headmistress. She's got enough going on. Stop with the 5-paragraph text. Do not email her. No voicemail. What happens in Paris stays in Paris, unless Puck finds out, in which case it's probably all over Twitter. Next, we've got Uncanny X-Men number 10. S.H.I.E.L.D. has a new agent, and she's a fan-favorite mutant. Cyclops loses full control of his power on the streets of Los Angeles. Next, we've got Wolverine number 8, part 1 of Killable. It all starts here, the biggest Wolverine event in years. Wolverine thinks a cure has been found, but it's in Wakanda, where it's not exactly a welcome guest. Meanwhile, Nick Fury and S.H.I.E.L.D. are working on even bigger problems that Wolverine might have caused. Guest starring Storm and Black Panther. And we've got Wolverine and the X-Men number 34. The Hellfire Saga concludes. Wolverine and the X-Men face Mystique, Sabretooth, and the Hellfire Club. What fate awaits the Jean Grey School students who joined the New Hellions? The Wolverine and the X-Men landscape is redefined. Out in trades this week, we've got Alpha Big Time trade paperback. From the pages of Amazing Spider-Man, get ready for the greatest hero who ever existed, ever. Alpha was having an awesome time of it, till that buzzkill Spider-Man made him quit being a hero. But that was then, and this is now. Josh Fialkov and Nuno Platti tell the tale of a hero who's about to hit the big time. Collects Alpha Big Time number 1 through 5. Next, we've got Avengers Assemble Science Bros trade paperback. 2 scientists, 2 giant egos, 1 wears a tank, 1 is a tank. Tony Stark and Bruce Banner are science bros, and when a fellow big brain goes missing, the 2 heroes take bets who can find him first. It's Amazing Race Avengers style as Iron Man and Hulk embark on a global manhunt with the ultimate prize at stake, bragging rights. But what happens when a 20-million-year-old evolutionary catalyst infects the Hulk? The Avengers must find the missing scientist before he and his Order of the Dragon unleash his bacteria on the entire world. Then the Black Widow sins have resurfaced. Widow, Spider-Woman, and Hawkeye travel to Siberia to search for a missing girl with ties to an old Soviet assassination. But the truth behind the girl's disappearance may be more than the Avengers are prepared to handle, plus a major turning point in the life of the android Avenger known as the Vision. Collects Avengers Assemble number 9 through 13 and Annual number 1. We've also got Doctor Strange and Doctor Doom, Triumph and Torment trade paperback. Every year on Midsummer's Eve, Victor Von Doom clashes with the forces of evil in a vain attempt to free his mother's soul from hell. But only when Doctor Strange is finally convinced to join the fight does he have any hope of altering the outcome in his favor. The unlikely allies must first journey to Mephisto's infernal realm, where they find the cost of one soul may be more than they are willing to pay. Collects Doctor Strange and Doctor Doom, Triumph and Torment, Doctor Strange number 57, and material from Astonishing Tales number 8 and Marvel Fanfare number 16 and 43. We've also got Essential Fantastic Four volume 9. It's another fantastic volume of classic FF action. Marvel's first family heroically battles the Brute and takes on Salem 7 for the life of young Franklin. So why, when the Molecule Man possesses Mr. Fantastic, does it lead to the team's dissolution? Separated, the members of the Fantastic Four face such foes as Diablo, the Impossible Man, and Namor, but when the deadly threat of Doctor Doom returns, the family rises to the challenge and reunites. And just in time, too, for waiting in the wings are Quasimodo, the Inhumans, the Mole Man, and the Sandman. Collecting Fantastic Four number 184 to 188 and 190 to 207 and Annual number 12 and 13. Next, we've got Fearless Defenders Volume 1 Doom Maidens trade paperback. New team, new villains, new creators. Valkyrie and Misty Knight are the Fearless Defenders, and not since Power Man and Iron Fist has an unlikely duo kicked this much, well, you know. Writer Colin Bunn of Venom, Six Gun, Fear Itself, The Fearless, and new to Marvel artist Will Sliney of MacGyver and Star Wars, bring you the book that everyone is going to be talking about, and that's a promise. Collects Fearless Defenders number 1 through 6. We've also got First X-Men trade paperback, The Legend Returns, from venerated comics artist Neil Adams, X-Men and Avengers. The fan favorite writer Christus Gage of Avengers Academy comes the thrilling secret history of Marvel's most dangerous mutants. Long before Charles Xavier built his school for gifted youngsters and founded the X-Men, a team of genetic outcasts with unique powers banded together to protect themselves and those like them from the world of fear and hatred. The astonishing tale of a previous generation of mutants is revealed as Wolverine and Sabretooth lead their recruits in a tooth-and-nail battle for survival featuring Magneto, the frightening new X-villain Virus, and the origin of the Sentinel program and the truth behind the bloodiest rivalry in X-Men history. Collects First X-Men number 1 through 5. Next, we've got Wolverine Volume 1 Hunting Season trade paperback. Pay attention very closely. There's a mystery here even Wolverine hasn't sniffed out yet. When Wolverine finds himself the bargaining chip in a hostage situation, he must make a decision that will follow him forever. Literally. How can a berserker fight what he can't see? And how far will he go to assert his humanity in the face of the unknown? Guest starring Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Then Wolverine must track down a boy on a deadly rampage before he does the unthinkable. How will Logan defeat an enemy with no permanent body to slash and claw? And what does the Watcher have to do with all of this? Find out when superstars Paul Cornell of Captain Britain and MI-13, Doctor Who and Action Comics, and Alan Davis of Avengers, Clandestine, Excalibur, and Uncanny X-Men take on the Wolverine. Collects Wolverine number 1 through 6. And last, we've got X-Force Phalanx Covenant hardcover, Premier Edition, the incredible conclusion of Fabian Niciez's definitive X-Force run when the techno-organic Phalanx kidnap the X-Men and establish a foothold on Earth. X-Force must team with X-Factor and Excalibur to battle the aliens. But who or what is Douglock? And how will X-Force react to fighting alongside what appears to be their late friend Doug Ramsey? Then, Cable's sentient computer, the Professor, has been granted a physical body. So why is Cable getting sicker by the day? Plus, the team moves into Arcade's murder world. Warpath visits Generation X's academy to settle matters with the White Queen. Richter and Shatterstar hit the clubs. And disturbing truths come to light when X-Force learns Farrell's gruesome family history, and the true identity of Mutant Liberation Front leader Rainfire is revealed. Collecting X-Factor 106, X-Force 38-43, and Excalibur number 82. Okay, so that's it for Marvel this week, but there's still plenty of other books out as well, so be sure to check out my YouTube channel at he'sgotissues.com to see both the DC and Indies videos for this week, as well as my featured video with the usual roundup of all my favorites for the week with a little more depth and insight than you get here. And if you like these videos, be sure to let me know by leaving a comment and subscribing. You can also follow He's Got Issues on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and Tumblr to see everything I'm reading as I read it. So until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.